Ben Stiller may be Hollywood royalty, but in a lot of ways, he's just like you and me.
It's great because, when I first came up, the first thing I did was I went to the manhole cover and took my picture by the manhole cover. And was that, that had that reaction, which I think everybody has.
The manhole that murderers Richard Matt and David Sweat used to escape from Clinton Correctional Facility on June 6, 2015. It sparked a manhunt unlike anything this region had ever seen. A story that quickly went national, even international.
And the sensational aspect of it is, these guys popped out and they, how did they escape? But what's interesting to me is the relationships that developed inside the prison between the people who work there, the people who are inmates, and how this, was actually possible.
Ben Stiller didn't follow the search closely. He was a little busy at the time.
I was actually out of the country while it was happening. I was in Italy working on a movie.
Stiller says when two writers approached him about telling the story, he said no, there weren't enough facts. But that, he says, changed when the Inspector General's report came out.
Basically, it was this sort of 160-page turner about the story, and I came back to them. I said, hey, if we can base it off of this, these real facts, let's start again and really try to just tell everything as it actually happened as much as we can.
Stiller was in, not for a part, to direct. He scouted the region and knew to get it right, he had to shoot the majority of it here. He and his writers went into deep research mode.
I felt very fortunate that the prison opened its doors to us and allowed us to meet the corrections officers and civilian workers and people who work there, which has been incredibly helpful to us in terms of trying to portray this in a real way.
And he's met a lot of people who live here, listened to how the escape affected their lives. And for those who just want a selfie, well, he says he's flattered by the attention.
Everybody here has been really welcoming. I mean, it's actually different than living in the city because people talk to you, they say hi. And, when you're in New York City, you're kind of just like everybody's got their head down. And it's weird to talk to somebody on the street. And here, people just reach out and are really friendly.
He'll stop to chat, but he has a job to do. He admits he took on a challenge, saying it's a complicated story to tell with so many perspectives. Now, it's go time. Production begins Tuesday morning. Director Ben Stiller in charge, making sure the facts don't escape him. In Malone, Stephanie Gorin, NBC5.